Yeah, so basically it's not a very big lake. I don't know how big it is, probably a few acres, 3 or 4 acres. Island in the middle. I've got rod literally down there off that branch, and so far I have seen carp swirling in there, so I'm hoping for a bite any minute. Well, you know, you got hope all the time, but yeah, there's a few swims around here, so to be fair, if anyone else moved in, I'd be cut off. So I have brought a brolly, and I can move if need be. But I got another rod. When I turned up, there was some fish fizzing in this little bay down here. All of the sludge was sort of heading down there. In fact, that water's moving now. Yeah, you can tell when the water moves differently, not just a swan or you know, you can just tell. Well, I can. I'm sure you guys can. Down here, I just got a bait down there as well. I literally just put a mesh bag out there with a few pellets and just a wafter onto that, and I'll be honest, I just underarmed it. If anything happens, it happens, you know. I wasn't going to be chucking bait and leads around because I saw some bubbles down there, so that's where I put my bait. And basically I've got all this round here, unless someone turns up. I've got all this bit round here, but there is a swim just there, and he gets this island really, I suppose, and then there's a swim where that goose is over there, and yeah, they get the island as well. So as long as no one turns up between now and 4, I'm alright, and then I'm going to fill it in. No, I'm only joking. I'll put a few baits out to the back of that island. It's only 2 rod at the moment, so I've got one sort of semi-snag fishing really, tightish to that tree there, and then that one over into that bay. Oh man, there's some movement in that bay at the moment. You see the water rippling. Whoa. Yeah, there's lots of, although they said it in snaggy, that looks bloody snaggy to me, pardon my French. Yeah, that looks alright. And I've seen a few shows so far, although the lads here say they ain't seen nothing, but I have. I've seen a few bubblers, and I saw a big old swirl underneath the tree there, and I don't think that was a pike. I think that was definitely Mr. Carp. I've got a few 12 millers just scattered around under there, and about 4 or 5 of my pimped up bottom baits as well are the boilies that I've pimped up for the last sort of 2 or 3 months. I've been fishing with in the winter, a bit different to what most people would do because it's fish meal, pimped up fish meal with a bit of liver liquid around it. Oh, is that a show out there? Oh, I think there's a show. I've just seen another one out there. So I'm on the front of the wind, which isn't really, but it's quite a warm wind, and this is a shallower end down here. I'm not exactly sure how shallow it is, but you know, I will find out in a little while. I just don't want to spoil my chances at the moment until it gets a little bit darker. I'll wait until just before it turns dark, and then I'll start leading around a bit more. Yeah. It's quite a bit of bird life, but so far, because my plan is to fish in the edge, so I've got no lines going out across the lake, and basically not spook anything. That's the plan, because it's the first time I've ever fished this, guys. I know that there's a couple of 30s in here, and some nice ones as well, and then there's a lot of 20s, upper 20s, and another show just there. Oh man, I think there's a bar that goes out over there. I've seen quite a lot of shows there. Yeah, there's a lad fishing around there. I did tell him I've seen a few shows over his bait. He's a nice lad as well. I met him when I was fishing my local the other week, which I also won't mention, out of respect to the people who fish it. But yeah, I met him and you know, gave him a few tips, and he's done the same today, and that's what it's all about really, sharing, you know, a few tips. You don't have to give away all your secrets, but you know, there's nothing wrong with just sort of like putting people right and telling them, or at least giving them some info that is correct, as long as you know it's correct. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I'm gonna do, I think I'm down to 36. Yeah, there's my shelter, and I'm gonna go and sit in it. I think the bailiff's now coming down. And yeah, sit behind my rods, drink coffee and eat these fruit shortcake biscuits. And does anyone else think that fruit shortcake biscuits are delicious? And yet £1.75 a packet, come on, what the hell is going on? Honestly, ridiculous. That price, honestly, you could buy a packet for about 60-70 pence. That's more than doubled. Crazy. Anyway, speak to you soon. Hopefully I might even have a fish.